You know, at the start of this video, I'd like to say to any newlyweds or any people that just got engaged, I want to say congratulations, because it's a beautiful and wonderful thing. For even scripture says in the Bible is written that when a man findeth a wife, he findeth a good thing, and the Lord will show him favor. And so I wanted to talk about newlyweds, or those who are engaged, or those who, about to get married. Because maybe this conversation I'm about to have with you, maybe you haven't had that conversation. I don't know if anybody had that conversation with me. A lot of times in the black community, just like with sex, it's just that we really give no instructions. We just wait till that child or that teenager or that adolescent gets to a certain age and just assume that they know about sex. Or just assume that they know about marriage. And they say they're going to do it. And without any instructions, maybe we give them what they can do in terms of how much we're going to pay for their weddings. But you never really have the conversations to discuss the realistic part of a marriage. Why some marriages work and why some don't. And if you don't ever have that conversation, maybe that's why one out of two marriages, they don't work, especially the first marriage. Sort of like how you buy a car for a 16, 17-year-old, hey, I'm going to have to buy them another one because that first one, it ain't going to work. They're going to tear that bitch up. And now, with marriages, I just want to talk about it, and let me just start right here. Let me find out how I want to dig into this. To the male and the female, first of all, like I said, or to the bride and the groom, or to the fiance and fiancé, going into a marriage, have you considered or thought about what's going on with marriages? Meaning, how long do you think you're going to be in this? We live in an adulterous and divorced society. So if you are married right now, let's say you just got married this year or a few months, or about to get married in a few months coming up, I'll pose the question to you, just to start the conversation between me and you. How long do you think this is going to last? See, a lot of people get married and they go into it with this fantastic idea, this fantasy of how they think marriages should be, or how they want them to be in terms of a fantasy, instead of realistically taking the time to go look at statistics or sitting down to talk to somebody that's been married 50 years. Go talk to them. You'll think that they're enemies, that they don't even like each other or never loved each other, but they still married. What's the secret to that? Like me, I'm 20, 21, 22 years in. What's the secret to that? What's the secret to even making it to 14 years? The first year is just like a damn starter pistol and track. Somebody gonna jump. Psh, you're out. First year. You're out the race. The first fucking year. And have you considered on your side why he's going into it? Why is he going into this marriage? Or have you considered why she's going into it? And it may make all the world of difference. And it's things like I said, when you think that it's a fantasy or some fancy love story or something, there's nothing like that at all. Because a marriage it's a job. Every year that you're in a marriage, it's a job, because you're going to face challenges. You're two distinct people coming together as one, as the Bible says. When you're married, you become together. But you have every one person is distinguishable from another person. You're not the same people. You come together in a household to be as one, but you might like blue, you might like red. You might like rice, you might like grits. You might like bacon, you might like ham. And when those things come up in the house, what are going to be the tools that you're going to use to solve those problems? Because a lot of people go into a marriage, from what I've been reading, and they don't have no problem solving tools. Because the main thing you're gonna need in your marriage is to be able to problem solve between the two of you. Even if you shack up, if you can't resolve the problems and challenges that y'all gonna face, whether it be monetary, money, whether it be a third person, her old boyfriend or your old girlfriend, if you don't have the ability, you two, to come to an argument, resolve it, and get back to y'all peace and state of mind, you're going to be wasting your time. Because you leave one argument, one major argument, it's just like raising a goddamn bear. He's still in there. He's a little bear. You ain't solved him yet. Now he a big little, he about tall, him turn to, and before long, or it's like raising a baby elephant. Better analogy. He a little elephant, and before long, he gonna be the elephant in that goddamn room, somewhere down the line that y'all didn't solve. And then other arguments come up, and when you ain't solved that one gonna kill all the other ones because you never solved it. I'll give you one of your greatest tools. Put this in your toolbox. If you just got married, about to get married, forgiveness. Put it in your toolbox now. Like I tell you, one of the first tools, because if the first question you answer is how long you think you're gonna be in it, if you think you're in it for the long haul or this really might not work out, but one of the first tools you're gonna need if you really have met someone and you love them, and he your husband, she your wife, and y'all want that to really work, one of the first things in this society, you're in an adulterous society, in a society filled with cities filled with more women than men. It's gonna be problems. And so one of the first tools and one of the first things with these divorces nowadays, what they say is commitment, one of the biggest things, is just that they come into it and then if you don't have forgiveness, you can forget it. Because you're going to have to forgive them. Because you know the main reason why you're going to have to use forgiveness? Because people make mistakes. And if you right now going into your marriage like, oh shit, as soon as you fuck up now, I'm getting... Well, then, if you already put a condition on your marriage. It's conditional now. And that's the main thing I see with marriage. It's conditions. Oh, if he do this, then I'm going to get my divorce. Or she do this, or I'm getting the hell out of here. Well, the thing about that now even my generation was like that, but not my mother and father's generation. Because the difference between that generation and ours? I'm going to show you the difference. Like right now, a mother love for her children. I'm going to show you the difference. See, a mother with her kids, or even the father with the kids, you never divorced them. He can flunk out of school, end up going to the juvenile, she can damn talk shit back to you, but no matter what happens, the relationship between that parent and that child never turns into the relationship of the two spouses. Because the two spouses find themselves to be expendable. But that generation, my mom's generation, they had a relationship that's my motherfucking husband. Like, that's my motherfucking child. You ever seen a mother go to a school and that child acting like people talking shit? That mother don't give a god. I don't give a goddamn what y'all say my child did. That's my motherfucking child. If you have that same love for your husband, like that generation, they care. Shit, this a lady he could be on fuck or did whatever. She gonna say, I don't give a damn what the fuck he did. This is my motherfucking husband and them my goddamn churn. But today's society, in my generation, it is not so. Because today's society, and I'm talking to you who going to marriage, what you're going to find is when he fuck up that you can throw him away. You can get rid of them. But them churn, you treat with a different kind of love. And you too, the man and the woman, because you say them mine. I don't give a fuck what they did. I don't care what kind of mistakes they made. Them mine. But we have not the same love for our spouses nowadays. We don't. Soon as he fucking cheat. Soon as you catch her talking to her ex-boyfriend. I want a divorce. You throw them away. You can't throw people away. They're not paper. You can't throw them away. But we do it in this generation and the one before. We think that if it don't work out, I'll throw them, get rid of them. But they're your husband. They're your wife. They're yours. Just like that damn son, the other son, that daughter, the other daughter, they yours. And ain't nothing coming between that shit. Well, it's the same way with your damn husband. And it's the same shit with your fucking wife. You shouldn't, I don't give a, man, look at here. That's why I'm saying forgiveness. It's a lot you have to eat because marriages are challenging. They are challenging each year. You're going to come into all sorts of problems. If you don't have that one tool and you'll forget, if you don't have forgiveness, then forget it. Because in this society, which is a sex-driven, it's all, just like that community, why are they so much into worrying about sex? Why is this society sex-driven? Why are you going to make up letters about our sexual proclivities? When relationships are far more than that, especially to a mother and a father that has to raise children. But soon as there's some type of sexual perversion or proclivity or some type of sexual misconduct, you throw them away. That ring, that's yours. That car, that's yours. That house, that's yours. Them children, that's yours. You don't come around here parking in my yard. You don't say nothing to my kids. But we don't feel that way no more about each other. As soon as we make a mistake, we throw them away. I'm going to court. I'm going to get rid of you. I never loved you. I this, I that. They're yours. It's your husband. And if he went with her, whatever the fuck they did, he's yours. And if whatever the fuck she did, she's yours. Your child fucking boxed some kid in the eyes. I don't give a fuck what he did. That's my child. And we're going to fight for this. Yeah, he might have messed up, made a mistake, but that's mine. You're not going to put your fucking hands on him. You're not going to do anything to him. And it's the same thing. We don't show that kind of love for marriage. It's no, and that's why the sacredness of it is gone. But the sacredness, that love that you have, you never divorce your children. They can make all the mistakes in life. Why is it not the same with your vows to God? You have to use, one of them is forgiveness. Of course, love, but then love is a thin line between love and hate. If you try to just use love, just say, well, I don't love you anymore, I want to leave. Well, you might as well leave now. Because if you think you're going to be together with someone for 20, 30 years and it's not going to never turn into hate, then you're sadly mistaken. You're a fool. If you already have some kind of condition going into it with shit, or been around some of your girlfriends, or around some of your niggas, or watching some damn show on TV, some housewives or this and that, and you got made up program in your mind that as soon as this nigga do this, or as soon as this nigga do that, or as soon as this bitch do that, as soon as you're already defeated. That marriage is already over with. It's done. Because those things that you're talking about, you the one put them in the air. You the one waiting on it to happen. Because you're not using positive tools. Forgiveness is a positive tool because you know some shit coming, guys. It's coming. It's a marriage. Marriage are very challenging. Sometimes you fall out of love. Sometimes you come back in love. If you're going throughout the years, It evolves. You just don't, it's not simply happiness. Oh, I'm not happy. Really? Well, go get your ass a fucking lollipop or something. A fucking ice cream truck down the street. What the fuck do you mean you're not happy? You're not gonna always be happy in a marriage because life isn't always happy. It's not. It's not always love. It's always the polarity in marriages. You're gonna find hate in one day, you're gonna love it one day. You're gonna have peace in your house one day, and you're gonna have hell in it. You're gonna have heaven in it, you're gonna have motherfucking trials and tribulations in it. It's polarity. You're gonna face it's whether you can go through it or not. And it has nothing to do with no lollipop love. I ain't gonna say it has nothing to do with it. You need love, but you can't base the foundation of it can't be on whether I'm in love you at this moment or not in love with you, because you're gonna find moments when you're not. And so, I find forgiveness to be and then communication. If you can't communicate your feelings in an adult manner, then how do you expect it to be solved in an adult way when you can't even communicate in an adult way? Forgiveness, you got to be able to communicate. You got to understand the sexual laws of a marriage. Do you know what the sexual laws are? The sexual laws of a marriage is the sexual laws. Excuse me, I'm talking too fast. If you decide that you're not going to give your spouse some love this week or the next week before, that is called sexual abuse. Google it. You can't get mad at them because you're forcing them into adultery, because we have sex organs that's why we're sexual creatures. We're sexual creatures. We need loving. And if you get mad at your spouse and say, well, shit, I ain't laying with you, okay, fine, maybe 1 or 2 days because y'all mad, y'all in disagreement. But you can't use your sexual nature to punish them. That's sexual abuse. Because if they find that they're not getting the love or the sex that they want or need, then you're forcing them into adultery. And that's why if you study the laws of your state, they'll tell you, go get into it. That's what I'm saying. You're going in, you're finna dive in some waters. And I say, I have a talk with you because maybe someone has discussed the birds and the bees. Because going into a marriage, what about the 7-year itch? No one's talked to you about the 7-year itch. It's a spiritual thing. It's real. You could be doing pretty, you get past because then you got the 1 year, I call it like a startup gun. A lot of people get caught in the first year. They just can't solve none of their damn issues. And they be gone 6 to 12 months. Over with, just like a damn pop, what they call a flash in the pan. You don't spend $30,000. Because you can't communicate, you can't solve problems, and you're superficial. You wanted the house, the husband, the car, and the look. It was phony. But there's one other thing called 7-year itch. Maybe it's not a phony relationship. Maybe it's a good, strong, loving relationship. You don't have 2 kids. You went 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You're doing pretty good. Had an argument, came back together, had an argument, solved your problems, did very well. You go the 6th year, and when the 7th year comes, you can count on it. Y'all can go sit on the front porch and wait on that bitch to pull up like the mail. You're going to have a problem in 7 years. It's going to be major. Everyone does. And the consistency of it is it come back around in 14 years. If you go see most people when they who got a pretty good marriage and going, they get divorced in 7 years, around 6 or 7 years. And the next ones get divorced around 13 or 14 years. I'm not making this shit up. And so, some people already tell you about the 7 year. So when you're diving in that water, you got to know these things, of course, abusive. I mean that's self-explanatory. If someone abusive, if there's any abuse in it, right from the very start, I would suggest. I don't even know, especially with a female nowadays. If you find it abusive, get out of it. Young men are killing like young couples now. The man is killing the female. Black people. I'm telling you facts. I can come here to goddamn sugarcoat shit for you. It's no abuse. It's no putting your hands on nobody. You keep your fucking hands to yourself, male or female. If you can't touch me in a caressing and loving way, keep your fucking hands to yourself. And if you find that you're with someone that don't know how to do that, as soon as that happens, see you later, motherfucking bye. No, ain't no chances in that shit. You could end up in the graveyard. So, I want to have this conversation because, I want to say congratulations. In the divorce rate, like I say, know what you're going into. Know the fight. You got to already know the fight that you see. When you get married, you're about to take a fight, because this world now is fighting against family. It's not you. It's not your husband. It's not your neighbor. It's the New World Order. Is not to propagate black families being together. It's not. We are to be divided. We are to be destroyed. If you don't go into it with that kind of consciousness, knowing that you're going to be challenged with that kind of heart, well, like they say, know thy enemy. If you don't know what you're up against going into, if you got some kind of damn fantasy about being married, got a big ring on, going around your girlfriends, and I got a Gucci bag and fucking driving a motherfucking Mercedes with 5 bedroom and 3 baths. If you're going into it with that materialistic shit, man, that shit already over with. It's done. Now you may say, well, we doing just fine. Yeah, but statistically, the black community done. If it's going into it with that mentality, it's over. It's good it does the world to gain all those riches and lose their soul. So I just want to have a talk with you because a marriage is very challenging for it to last. That's why I say, how long do you think it's going to last? Especially if you just started this your first one. How long? Have you looked at the statistics especially of your town, wherever you live? You live in a city where it's 7 to 8 women to 1 man. Well, what do you expect gonna happen? I wish you well, because my channel is dedicated to marriages, and if you're a newlywed, then I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself, because most people, they care not for it. They rather shag, and they're ready to go 6 and 7 years without the responsibility and commitment to that person, where they can jump their ass up and leave. So if you are a newlywed or planning on getting married, salute. I say salute to you. But understand that it's a challenge, and then publicly you're in a battle, because this society is not set up for you to be successful. It's not set up for a black man and a black woman to have a successful marriage. It's not. They are not putting nothing in place to be some type of what's the word I'm looking for? They're not putting nothing in place to be supportive of you being successful. It's not. You're putting things down in the courthouse and things where you can come throw that person away, throw that black man away, or throw that black woman away. So I want to have that conversation, because I don't know why. I mean, that spirit pulled me to say do something with the newlyweds. You got a channel that deals with divorce and marriage. You're not talking to the ones you really need to be talking to, because the one is already swimming in the water. They know what's in the water. They know what I'm telling you. They know that you're going to go through these things. It's not no fantasy. It's not no picket fence. You're going to experience troubles. You're going to experience trials. You're going to experience tribulations. And most of the time, it's going to be a challenge. You're going to be challenged. And what the world's going to give you, like I said, you are in a fight to survive and raise a family. And I wish you good luck. I'm in a marriage now, and it has been, marriage is one of your it's going to be one of your biggest challenges. Your marriage is one of your biggest challenges. Outside of sickness or something. But outside of that, a marriage, because if you don't make it, a divorce is going to be one of the most devastating things you ever faced in your life. It's just that traumatic. It's just that traumatic. And then what I'm saying to you is, Most marriages nowadays are one gonna make it round third base and make it home, and the other one they're gonna catch his ass trying to steal second. Fuck you going at? So have fun and enjoy it. And the other thing, one of the most important things is have faith in your marriage. Faith. Some kind of way you and him put the Lord in your house. And y'all come together and have faith that y'all gonna make it. No matter what it is, have faith in God. Trust in him. Don't trust in that nigga, third party that trying to get you back. Don't trust in that other woman trying to get you back from her. That third party shit, that third party coming now, cuz. Shit, sure as God made Moses. That's part of damn life. It's gonna always be some shit, third party, trying to get in your house. And so most of the time, one of them gonna get in there. The devil, he gonna get in there. You gotta keep him out your house. No matter what y'all go through, stay together. That's the moral to the story. Stay together. And then you'll come out on the other side, and all that shit will just be your past. It'll be a successful marriage. But if you allow one thing, you say, shit, I ain't forgiving that. I ain't gonna get forgiven. Man, shit, the shit over with. It's dead. Even if y'all still in the house, it's dead. You'll be sleeping in one room, he'll be sleeping in the other, like y'all damn man. You at the Ritz-Carlton, and you at the best fucking Western. So, I wish you well. And it's not a gloom and doom conversation. It's like going in the wood before you go in those woods. I'm telling you, there's a bear in there. There's a fox in there. There's snakes in there. It's ditches, holes in the water, ditches and holes in the ground, pitfalls for you to make it to the other side. 30, 40 years from now, still be together. If you let the snakes get you, then you did. It's on you. They always say it's what you make it. If she fuck up and you say, well, shit, this how this gonna be, I'm finna haul ass and leave your ass right here. Well, that's how you made it. It don't have to be like that. Or he fuck up and you say, well, shit, I'm getting a turn and I'm going. Well, that's how you made it. That's your response to his mistakes. Or that's your response to her mistakes. But like I said, it was a generation before. He mine. If I gotta fuck up, then that's why you always say, you know what you got. Well, if I gotta fuck up, I gotta fuck up. So if I got a smart man, he intelligent, he take it out, I got that. Whatever the case is yours. You don't just throw it away. You don't just throw people away. And on that note, I'll give you good luck.
Darling, oh, when we get married, we'll have a big celebration and send invitations to all our friends and relations, and we'll have a ball, dancing and all when we get married.
Good luck. And most of all, have some goddamn fun while you're doing it. Ow!
When the bells ring,
Tell the world.
to tell the world I'm taking your hand. Folks from all over will come to see the wedding we planned. We'll have a ball, dancing and all when we get married. And we'll have a ball. And darling, it will be so, will we so grand. apart. And ooh, folks will whisper, and they'll say how lovely we both are. And we'll have a ball, dancing in all